I just love dancing. Whatever, I just love moving to the music. Especially the bits that you can just do your own thing and you don't have to remember a routine. It doesn't really matter if you get it wrong because nobody knows what's right and what's wrong.
The part that we are dancing and at the same time singing. It's a very joyful part, especially that the little girl started to sing. It's very powerful and I really love that part.
The laughter. It's been a laugh a minute. Everybody's not taking themselves too seriously and they've been very helpful to each other as well. It's been good fun and to take a bit of ribbing as well. Make mistakes.
I think it was probably the development of it because we were in right from the start. It wasn't a finished piece that was done by the artistic director. We all started from scratch together. So the ideas came from everybody, the young people. We saw what they were doing and they saw what we were doing and we maybe acted a wee bit more childish and they acted a bit more grown up and it sort of grew. It was quite an organic thing, so it was great to see how it came from nothing.
For your side? All of it, meeting new people.
For myself, it's like the chance to work with my daughter, obviously, because I was supposed to be doing it on my own, but she was waiting out the car, and I said, "So you just come in and watch." So she ended up doing it as well at the same time, and meeting everybody as well, different ages, as she said. I mean, like, there's 60-year-old women in here that can touch their toes. It's amazing. It's absolutely shocking. I mean, I can't even touch my toe. And they're absolutely fantastic. They also help each other out. When you can't remember your steps and all that stuff, they kind of help you. The little ones help you know. So it's really good.
It just is great fun. It's really nice being with all the different people, different abilities, and everyone's just managing to work together.
With younger people, it's really enjoyable because they are very friendly and powerful and full of imagination, and also they are very well behaved but quite talented. I was so amazed that kids have such a potential, so I really happy to see them.
Well, you maybe spend time with different age groups and generation within a family, but to actually people out with the family, it's a different thing altogether, and it does open your eyes to different ideas and even just social skills for all generations. It's nice to have a different perspective from other people because you know what your family think.
You're learning, like, if you, like what my mum said, if you forget a step, they're like, it's that way, not that way. And they just help you and encourage you to do.
I think so, and probably what younger people think about older adults as well. They probably think we're all stick in the mud who don't do silly things like crawling on the floor with somebody on your back, but hopefully they've seen a different side of us as well. I think it can break down barriers between all of us, and for the audience too, to just see us all mixing and joining in together.
Well, I'm teaching anyway, so but within a class situation it's a totally different thing altogether. It's much more relaxed, much more open, much freer, and they don't know what you do, and you're actually learning about each other as it's going on. So it's quite interesting just to find out things from people you've never met before.
It's been nice to mix with the different ages. I don't think it changed my perceptions, no.
Or maybe, yes, actually I'm working as a teacher sometimes, but I'm teaching them, so I should be, good teacher, means that it's a sort of Japanese school, so I should be a very dignified woman in front of them. But, dancing with them in such a group is very nice because we are equal and, we could respect each other even though there is an age gap, and I really love it, yes.
Yes, because a lot of the kids now, a lot of the adults are more a wee bit kind of have a negative impression of the teenagers, for instance. Not so much the little ones, maybe the teenagers. But this kind of stuff makes you understand that they're just as scared probably, or as worried about it as yourself. They just don't want to offend anybody, and you don't want to offend them. So this kind of thing makes you kind of bond together a wee bit.
I think definitely. I mean, I work with older adults in my day job, so to be working with kids for me was quite a challenge. But it was a good challenge, you know. And they've got so much energy, but they're so amazingly professional. They know what they're doing. They know where to be. And you don't always expect that from like really tiny tots, and they were just fantastic. And hopefully they felt we were fantastic because we all had a really good time, and you know it was just such a carry on between us all.
You can't generalise. You really shouldn't generalise because there's good things in everybody in all ages. There's good. If you focus on the good things, then you'll see them. If you focus on the negative, then you will see the negative. So for me, anyway, as a mature person, I don't really focus on the negative things. So you reach out and age, different age group. I mean, it doesn't matter age they are, old or young.
There's a lot of nice young teenagers out there, and there are some who like to look like they're a bit difficult, but I know fine well they're not. You know, they're nice. Of course, there's got to be some. There's always, whatever age group, there's going to be good people and bad people.
I see. Yes, I understand what you mean. You know, it's quite sad for me to read such a news, and it's similar thing might happen in my country, Japan. But at least the children I know here is potentially very nice, and some children I'm sure that they face some problem. But I believe it's not their problem. You know, it's let's say their parents or society. You know, and. You know, basically, I believe that whole children are good and they have a really good potential, power, talent, and such a project gave them the correct place, you know, show their power in a right way. So it's very beautiful.
That's what makes news. I think they do need to do more on the positiveness, but then good news doesn't make great news, does it?
I think it's a fair portrayal of a very small group of young people in Scotland, but it's very unfair to generalise it to all young people in Scotland, absolutely. They like saying that all old people are demented. They're not, by any manner of means, so on the whole I would say it's not a fair portrayal of the whole generation.